Hey, this is Carl, and welcome to another episode of Statues I Wish I Can Afford. So stay tuned. So, for the guys who are new here, this is where I will be sharing pieces that I am currently interested in, also pieces that I have passed on the pre order this month, and pieces that I did pre order or paid for the follow up payments. I will also be sharing some thoughts on the statues, on why I like them or pass on them, and you will also be able to see which pieces that I will be receiving soon. So without further ado, let's start. First on the list is we have this Black Panther. Not a lot of good Black Panthers out there, but this one is definitely good. Comes with a very unique arm switch out, which is inspired from the artwork of Brian Stelfreeze. Also comes with a Chadwick Boseman portrait, a great way to give tribute to the king of Wakanda. And speaking of Wakanda, there's also an Easter egg at the back of the base. Next, this She-Hulk went up on pre-order. Not a lot of photos for this one, but the sculpt looks pretty good. Very simple, yet still shows how strong She-Hulk is. This is also not your typical She-Hulk where she has the body of an athlete or a guy. This She-Hulk still retains her female structure or anatomy with a very cute portrait, kinda like an anime. Next is this upcoming The Dark Knight Returns Superman. This is a companion piece to their Frank Miller Batman, and if you have the Batman on pre-order, you will have an exclusive torso switch out for your Superman. Not much to show yet, but the sculpts already looks promising. Next is this very classy Daredevil. You guys know that I love museum type statues or statues with very small bases. So this Daredevil definitely fits my collection. Anatomy looks perfect, but I think the Fist Tower signage looks a bit small. But I do understand that they're going for a small base here. Next is this brown and yellow-blue Wolverine. I am very interested in this piece. I really like this because of its pose. I originally wanted to pre-order Sideshow's Quater Scale Wolverine bust that was sculpted by Daniel Bell and just hire a local sculptor here to hand sculpt the legs. But now, I no longer have to do that because obviously he has already his legs. And it also comes with a torso switch out and stand so you can display the torso and the portrait switch out separately. Next is this Miles Morales Spider-Man. Really love the sculpt on this one, and this one also just got printed. I can't wait to see the prototype and decide if I want to hop on this Miles Morales Spider-Man because there's not a lot of good Spider-Mans out there. Plus, the pose on this one is a big plus for me. Lastly is this Thor. I have received a lot of messages about this Thor, but I'm sorry, it's already sold out, so please don't send me a message about it anymore. It was almost sold out already within the group. That's why only a few new buyers were invited into the group. I know it looks pretty good. 50 or more people also think that it's good. That's why it's sold out. Again, it's sold out and I'm very sorry. Next are the statues that I pass on the pre-order or no longer interested in. First is this Kraven. I've been waiting a while for the reveal and pre-order for this Kraven, but the timing wasn't right for me since there were pieces that I wanted to pre-order first and some follow-up payments which of course I need to prioritize. Scott looks amazing, definitely gonna be the best Kraven around. This is also featured in my top 10 Spider-Man related statues in production. And if you haven't seen that video yet, so I'm gonna put a link somewhere here so you can check that video out and see the other top 10 statues on that list. So remember that the Dark Knight Returns Superman at the first part of the show? This is the Frank Miller Batman that it's supposed to go with. Again, I have to pass on this although the price is very tempting just because I need to prioritize other stuff. I still think the sculpt looks pretty good, especially with the price tag. Next is an Asgardian character and we have Lady Sif. I did say that I was gonna pre-order this one if the price was right, but the price wasn't where I wanted it to be. I don't really need her in my collection, but will definitely look good if she was there. But I couldn't justify the price, so I simply need to pass. Sculpt looks pretty good, especially the portraits, so factory don't mess this one up. Last on the list is this Venom. Was very interested on this piece when they teased the portrait. Plus, I have very high expectations with the quality the group or studio produces, but was a bit turned off when they fully revealed it. I love my Venoms to have his symbol on the chest, although others may not or simply okay with it. I also have no background on why he looks like this, plus why his right arm looks like a cannon. Maybe you can educate me down in the comments below. Next are pieces that I did pre-order or paid for the follow-up payments. The first two pieces are from Sideshow and I have paid the shipping and final payment for this Deadpool. I'm really excited to get this. I'm always late to the party when it comes to licensed pieces because I've always opted to use sea shipping, which takes at least 45 days. Also, this Deadpool doesn't match any of my X-Men bases in my collection, but I made an exception since I try and avoid corny looking Deadpool statues. There's actually a custom one that looks pretty good and would match better with my collection. But I've already pre-ordered this one and I don't see myself owning two Deadpools. The next Sideshow piece is this Symbiote Spiderman. I actually paid the final payment and shipping for this and Deadpool at the same time. Very excited to receive this guy and it's the main reason why I pass on other Symbiote Spider-Man pre-orders. Because I'm very content with this one, but there are a few of them available on pre-order if you are interested. Last on the list and on the video is this Spider-Man. This was sculpted by Caleb Nefsen and is only available as kits. It's actually the very first kit that I've bought. I originally bought this so I can practice painting on statues, but decided to just let someone else do it. I think the statue looks pretty good and I would definitely mess it up. Also, here's a quick edit I did in Photoshop so you guys can imagine what it would look like or what I want him to look like. And by the way, I paid for the final payment and shipping for this one and should be arriving real soon. So that's the end of the episode. What do you guys think of the pieces mentioned in the video? Let me know if you think I've missed some pretty good pieces this month. Thanks for watching and see you again next month. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this.